What truck should I buy? It is a question that hundreds of thousands of us ask every single year. And today I'm going to rank the 5 manufacturers, the 6 different models of full-size truck, and tell you my opinion on which one I'd put my money towards. So welcome back. If you haven't been here before, please click that subscribe button and mash that like button. It really helps me with the YouTube algorithm and I greatly appreciate it. And today we're going to talk about full-size trucks. Now, number one, I'm going to say I am not in the market for a full-size truck. They are gigantic monsters, Godzilla-sized monsters, and I don't need one for the once every 3 months when I go to Lowe's or Home Depot and pick up some mulch. I don't want to navigate it down the road, in city streets, or in parking lots. But if you are a car fan like me, you often sit around thinking about the what ifs. If I had X number of dollars and I wanted this specific, market segment, what would I buy, right? What would I buy? That's the question. And so today I want to talk about full-size trucks, and I am not ranking these based on specifically durability or options or price. Today I'm talking about my personal opinion of if I had $40,000, $50,000, $80,000 and I was going to go buy a truck, what would I actually give my money for? And interestingly to me, my top choice in terms of the nicest truck is not the one I think I would actually go put my hard-earned cash towards. So, the fact is I can't afford one of these trucks. I'm not a contractor. I don't need this. I will say that if this channel takes off, I get monetized, and I make a ton of money, my wife and I would like a truck, and I'll buy one and record what it ends up being. So hit that subscribe button. Help me out. So again, this is really just based on personal opinion and what would I actually put my money towards, kind of taking into account the price and the styling and everything else. And we're going to start with number 6, which is the Toyota Tundra. This is a little bit long in the tooth, and if you were only looking for a vehicle based on durability or reliability, it would probably be the Tundra. But it ends up being an extremely boring package. It's a good truck. People love it. People are passionate fans about it. But overall, it just ends up being okay. Limited engines, transmissions. It feels and drives dated. But if you're going to keep a vehicle for 10 years like I do, that probably doesn't matter so much. But I don't like Toyotas. I find their ergonomics a little weird, like I'm not the right size for the standard they expect to drive their cars. So it slips to the bottom, just a little old, a little funky to me. I just don't like it. Number 5, the Nissan. Now, I'm a big fan of Nissans, and alternate to the Toyota, opposite of the Toyota, Nissans tend to fit me really, really well, and I feel really comfortable in them. The problem with the Nissan is really simple. I mean, number one is if you go and you play with pricing and you're really careful trying to match engines and transmissions with what the Nissan offers, because it doesn't offer a lot, the Nissan ends up kind of expensive. I mean, honestly, you can get other trucks for less money, and the Nissan doesn't have a lot of compelling reasons to buy it. It's a good attempt. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And I think it would be very reliable and very durable. I certainly kind of think maybe I'd want one. But ultimately, the outside of it looks like you gave a kid a crayon and said, here, draw a Ford F-150. And they came up with the Nissan. It just doesn't quite work. Limited engines, limited transmissions. Interior is okay, but not outstanding. And none of the features are really outstanding as well. It just ends up being kind of a trucky truck, but not enough to make me part with my money. Number 4, I think I would probably go with GMC here. Now, the GMC and the Chevy are basically the same platform, a lot of the same transmissions, differences in the interior, and certainly GMC has that flippy foldy tailgate, which is really super cool. But GMC's, and I actually like the GMC styling perhaps slightly better. I think it's a little more aggressive, just a little more pronounced, a little more special. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for here. But unfortunately, GMC charges extra for that. They feel like they're a premium brand when they're selling a Chevy truck, honestly, with different styling and a special tailgate. I mean, they're really pretty nice. I think they look fantastic. Maybe would be a really good used one. But if I was going in and putting down money for a new one, I wouldn't get the GMC because I think there's better value out there and the styling isn't that special. Number 3 would be the Chevy Silverado. Now, the new Silverado has had a lot of criticism for its styling, and of course Consumer Reports has come out and said that it's among the least reliable cars out there. I've watched some videos where they say that's probably because they offer so many engines and so many transmissions. None of it's tried and true. You know, whatever the excuses happen to be, the Silverado comes in as being pretty unreliable, but it is a great seller for Chevy. And while the styling has been roundly criticized, I love it. Based purely on looks, I think the new Chevy is the best looking truck on the market. It just works for me, but the interior is probably the worst. Chevy totally missed the ball here. They missed the entire game when it comes to the interiors. You look at what Ford's doing, you look at what Dodge is doing, and Chevy just kind of called it in and did better than the last generation. It's nothing special. It's cheap. I'm sure the ergonomics are great. That's some of the comments I've heard, is that it actually works really, really well, but it's cheap and it's ugly. But exterior-wise, I think it's great. The reliability would kind of turn me off a little bit to it. I've seen enough videos, talked to enough people, read enough articles about GM cheapening up their products to pull the cost to manufacture down, and it's hurting their reliability. It's hurting their durability. I think it looks fantastic. Be my 3rd choice. Number 2, the Dodge Ram. Now, this one is the one that surprised me because I thought this would come in number 1. If I'm just talking to my wife about trucks, the Dodge is my top choice. I am not a contractor. I'm not hauling horses, right? I'm driving it as a car, and I need it to carry some things once in a while. So the most car-like would be the one I would choose. I don't care about the acceleration and, you know, splitting hairs on the gas mileage here for the trucks. It really is kind of silly to me. And the Dodge absolutely wins based on the interior and the ride. It's a fantastic looking car. It's got a beautiful interior. It rides great. It's a wonderful, beautiful, amazing truck. But if you're putting your money down, you want something that's also durable. And Dodge does not have that same bulletproof reputation that, to a lesser extent, Ford, Toyota, or even Nissan has. There's parts on Dodges that seem to break more frequently because they're undersized or they're cheapened out a little bit. I've watched a lot of videos on this, guys. And so while I love the Dodge, I feel that FCA, and of course now it's Peugeot as well, have cheapened it up in an effort to save costs along the way. And that makes me wonder about its long term. How many repairs am I going to have to make to the starter and things like that? That's why I'm left with my number 1 being, to my utter and complete shock, the Ford F-150. My wife is a huge F-150 fan. My stepson has an F-150, and I've always been a kind of, it's okay. You know, the interior is never as nice as Dodge. The exterior styling never looks as good as the Chevy. It doesn't ride as good as something else. But overall, the whole package, Ford consistently nails it. I think the F-150 may be the best example in the automotive world of a manufacturer that has a top-selling product and offers continuous and never-ending refinement of it to make it better, even though it's the top-selling product. And I'm saying this is beyond the Accord or the Camry and the constant never-ending improvement they give. I'm saying the Ford gets that. You know, they totally changed the body to get the weight down. It's still kind of heavy compared to the Chevy. They constantly improve their engines. They constantly improve their interiors. It can tow. It's comfortable. It rides well. It's got good power, and it's reliable. Now, I know there's your Chevy fans out there and your Dodge and your Toyota fans out there who are like, the Ford's a piece of crap. You know, the fact is, I think all of these trucks are really good vehicles. I think that somebody could blindly walk in to a dealership, to a Carvana, can't walk in, to a CarMax, buy one of these trucks and be perfectly content with it, with a reliable vehicle for the next 5 to 10 years. I really, really believe that. But if you're cross-shopping and you're trying to rank them, I think the Ford's the clear winner. You know, part of me really wants to pick that Dodge, I really do, but when I keep my vehicles and I keep them for 10 years, I'm interested in that long-term durability. And my stepson is a 15-year-old F-150 that's still chugging along and has had essentially no problems other than he replaced the stereo and a couple of speakers. So, you know, I think the F-150 would be my top choice if I was putting money down, and I would love to hear your comments. Do you agree with me? Do you think I'm a complete idiot? Are you a Toyota fan? Do you think I'm underestimating the Nissan and it's being overlooked in the market? I'd love to hear from you. So leave me a comment below. Thanks much.